There's something magical about tapping into a creative outlet, isn't there? Art, music, writing, these aren't just activities or hobbies, they're pathways to reconnecting with joy, self-expression, and sometimes even a deeper sense of who you are. If you're looking to reignite a spark in your life, or simply craving something that brings you a quiet kind of joy, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the way that creative pursuits can transform how you feel, helping you bring more personal meaning and fulfillment into your days. Whether you've dabbled in creativity before or are thinking about exploring something new, stay with me, because by the end of this video, I'll share some of the most powerful ways art, music, and writing can open doors to part of yourself you may not have fully explored yet. Hi, I'm Lynn with Life Reimagined with Lynn. This is where I help women like you explore life's transitions with purpose, joy, and a renewed sense of self. I've seen firsthand the incredible impact that creative expression can have, not just as a fun outlet, but as a transformative tool for reconnecting with what brings us true happiness. Art, music, and writing are such powerful ways to do this. And over the years, I've learned how incorporating these into my life and helping others do the same can lead to a whole new level of joy and self-discovery. I'm excited to share those insights with you today. When I think about creativity, I'm reminded of how deeply it connects us to ourselves. For years, I viewed art and music as things that I didn't have time for, as nice ideas that weren't really necessary. But that changed for me when I started exploring these outlets and found that they helped me express things I couldn't always put into words. Art became more than just painting or sketching. It became a way to process my emotions, to capture memories, and to explore thoughts I never verbalized. Music, too, had the power to tap into different emotions, and it allowed me to connect with myself in a way that felt deeper and more honest. Writing especially became a personal sanctuary, a space where I could pour out my heart, process experiences, and rediscover myself in each word. I think there's a reason that creative pursuits feel so fulfilling, because they allow us to step out of our usual routines, to let go of expectations, and to simply be present with ourselves. When I pick up a paintbrush or sit down to write, I'm not thinking about the laundry or the to-do list. I'm there in that moment, allowing whatever wants to come through to just flow. There's a freedom in that, a kind of liberation that we don't often get in our everyday life. And I think that's why creativity is such a powerful tool for joy. It's a reminder that we're more than our roles, our responsibilities, or our routine. It's a chance to connect with that part of us that exists purely for joy, for expression, for self-discovery. Art for me has been such a beautiful way to reconnect with this side of myself. Even if you don't consider yourself artistic, there's something to be said about just experimenting, about allowing yourself to create without judgment. Some of my favorite moments have been when I set aside all expectations and just let myself play with colors, shapes, and textures. It's not about making something perfect. I'm far from that. It's about the process. Sometimes I'll spend an hour just blending colors on a canvas, seeing how different shapes interact with each other, letting the brush move freely. It's relaxing, almost meditative, and it always leaves me feeling lighter, happier, more connected. Music, too, has a special place in my life, and I know I'm not alone in the feeling. There's a certain magic to music that reaches us in a way that nothing else can. I remember the first time I sat down at a piano after years of not playing. There was something so nostalgic and grounding about it. The rhythm, the melody. It felt like coming home to a part of myself I hadn't seen in years. And even if playing an instrument isn't your thing, it's not mine, there's always the joy of simply listening to letting music be a part of your daily life. Sometimes just putting on our favorite song and letting myself dance or sing along can completely shift my mood, filling me with an energy and a joy that words can't describe. You've been there, I know. Writing, though, has probably been the most transformative creative outlet for me. There's a beauty to writing that allows you to explore your inner world in a way that feels both safe and freeing. I started journaling as a way to process my thoughts, but soon it became much more than that. I found that as I wrote, I was uncovering parts of myself I hadn't fully acknowledged. I was discovering dreams, fears, and desires that had been hidden beneath the surface. Writing became a mirror, reflecting back to me the person I was becoming, the person I wanted to be. And it doesn't have to be formal or perfect. Just putting pen to paper, letting your thoughts flow without worrying about grammar or structure can be incredibly therapeutic. It's like giving yourself permission to speak, to be heard, even if it's just by yourself. What I love about these creative outlets, art, music, and writing, is that they're so accessible. You don't need fancy tools or training to get started. If you want to paint, grab some colors and a brush and see what happens. If you're drawn to music, let yourself explore it. Put on a song, let yourself feel the rhythm, or play around with an instrument. And if your writing speaks to you, start with just 5 minutes a day. Let your thoughts spill onto the page. See where they lead you. The beauty of creativity is that there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's about what feels right to you, what brings you joy and allows you to connect with yourself in a way that's free from judgment. Over the years, I've come to see these creative outlets not just as hobbies, but as tools for well-being. They help me manage stress, process emotions, and reconnect with a part of myself that is joyful, curious, and alive. They've given me a way to express things that can't always be spoken, a way to explore ideas and dreams that might otherwise go unacknowledged. And I think that sometimes we all need a way to bring joy into our lives that is just for us, that isn't about productivity and performance, but simply about being and creating. If you're feeling like there's a spark missing in your life, I'd encourage you to explore one of these creative pursuits. It doesn't have to be perfect or polished. It just has to be yours. Give yourself permission to play, to experiment, to let go of expectations. Creativity as a way of surprising us, of showing us things about ourselves we may have forgotten or never even realized. And sometimes those small moments of discovery are the most joyful and the most fulfilling. Art, music, writing, they're all ways to bring a little more light and a little more meaning into our lives. One small act of creation at a time. Thank you so much for joining me today on Life Reimagined with Lynn. I hope this conversation has inspired you to explore creativity as a joyful, fulfilling part of your life, helping you reconnect with yourself in beautiful new ways. Creativity isn't just a hobby, it's a pathway to discovering more of who you are and bringing more meaning into each day. As we continue our Cultivating Joy and Purpose series, I'm excited to invite you to the next video titled, Why is Self-Care Essential for Finding Joy and Balance? In it, we'll dive into self-care practices that go beyond pampering and become the foundation for a balanced, joyful life. If you're curious about how to bring more peace and resilience into your daily routine, you won't want to miss it. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment sharing your favorite creative outlet or a new one you'd like to try. And before you go, check out this link below for my free guide to cultivating joy and purpose, along with more information on my coaching program, where we can work together to bring even more fulfillment and creativity into your life. Thank you again for being here. Embrace creativity, Find joy in the process, and remember, there is so much more within you just waiting to be discovered. See you in the next video.